Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. If you live under a rock and did not hear the news today, Congressman Steve Scalise, Republican Majority Whip in the House of Representatives, he was shot at a practice for the congressional baseball game this morning. The shooter, a Bernie Sanders campaign volunteer who regularly posted anti-Trump rants on his social media, he asked if the members on the field were Republicans or Democrats. Then he opened fire. Fortunately, the heroic response from the Capitol Hill police, who responded immediately, stopped the attempted massacre before more people were shot. But that didn't stop Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe from calling for gun control. Too many guns, Governor McAuliffe said. 93 million Americans die from gun violence every day. Watch.
But there are too many guns on the street. We lose 93 million Americans a day to gun violence. I mean, I've long talked about this.
Well, that's not even kind of true. If that were true, the entire American population would be wiped out in less than a week, about 4 days. I think the governor meant 93 Americans, but the Hillary Clinton bud and uber-liberal governor neglected to mention that 1 million times a year, law-abiding citizens defend our homes, our persons, and our property with firearms. That's over 2,739 times a day. Law-abiding citizens protect ourselves by exercising our Second Amendment rights. And if you combine civilian and law enforcement, firearms are used 80 times more often in our nation to save a life than to take a life. But listen, I get it. It's hard to stick to the facts when our emotions are running so high, and they certainly are today. Speaker of the House Paul Ryan said this morning, an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. And he's right. When our representatives in Congress are attacked, our liberty is under attack. Our self-government is under attack. But the actions of a deranged assailant cannot be the reason law-abiding citizens are deprived of our rights. More laws won't stop somebody who doesn't care about the law in the first place. Laws like that would simply put law-abiding citizens in more danger. It would make us sitting ducks. We'd be without protection, and killers would know this. They'd get their hands on guns anyway, and we'd have no way to fend them off. Governor McAuliffe, you lauded the heroism of the officers who stopped the attack this morning. But, sir, what was used to stop the attack? That's right, a gun. Do you think the attack would have been stopped without a gun? Sir, how long did it take the Alexandria police to arrive at the scene? Right, 3 minutes. A speedy arrival for which they should be commended. But what would have happened in that long space of 180 seconds if armed guards were not already on the scene? Senator Rand Paul answered that question. He said everybody would have died except the Capitol Police were there. Everybody would have died. But because of the police and their firearms, the only person who died was the attacker. That's the way it should be. And that's my final point tonight. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.